Adam Schefter said that the Niners was adamant that when they traded up to number 3, they did so with the idea of drafting Mac Jones in mind. That was their initial plan. And then he said they got to know the players better. He didn't say anything about Mac Jones, but he said they did testing, personality testing, the retention testing, cognitive testing, and Trey Lance really grew on them, and that's why they took Trey Lance. What did you think of that piece of information? Nugget.
I thought that was a complete lie. I simply put,
it felt like half the story to me. If you
we were all there. I just like how they try to like, who do they think is listening to this stuff? Like, we don't know how to backtrack. Like, I was there too. All of us were raging at the fact that we moved up to 3. And the number one thing that we could all agree on is that we were not going up to number 3 for Mac Jones.
Either Trey Lance or Justin Fields. Pick one.
That's it. That's it. All right.
Yep.
So I don't know why he's trying to rewrite history. And it's even funnier that he thinks we're going to buy it. But the fact of the matter is that the Niners don't want to admit that this is on the books. They went up to 3 for the chance to draft one of these quarterbacks. That's why they went up to 3, which makes picking Trey even worse. Okay? Because you spent all of the capital to get up there, which all of us thought was a bad idea. If we would have known that you were going up there just to play Russian roulette, and then you went and picked your guy, and now you're trying to get off of him after 3 games. Like, that's why this matters so much. It's not the fact that we want Trey to get on the field because we're just so beholden with the actual person. Trey is a good person. He's a good guy. But for me, I think organizationally, this is a problem. Like, this is, if we can't really answer this question, how are we going to stop this from happening again? Right? And go ahead.
Also, I just feel like Schefter isn't saying the whole story. So he's saying, look, when they watched the tape, they liked Mac better. But when they dug in more and did these tests, they like Trey better. Okay, because we know Trey did well, and we know Trey's personality. He's mature. He did well in this S2 thing. Those things matter to the Niners. But what about Mac? What does this say about Mac? It implies that Mac didn't do so well in these tests. That maybe he's not quite as mature as Trey Lance, which I think we can see. There's been reports that he can't take criticism and they won't actually criticize him at all. I think it's fair to wonder if they met with Trey and gave him some type of face-to-face personality test mesh thing with Kyle, and he did well. And they met face-to-face with Mac, and it didn't go well. They keep saying like the Niners chose Trey over Mac. Like, what if they had no choice? What if it just didn't go well? I don't know. It just seems like they're not talking about it.
I'll do it your way. I've been staying away from this. All right. And I gave a whole nother point just to stay away from this, but I'll do it your way. The reason why I don't want to address this is because, to me, this means that we're not scouting the quarterback. We're basically trying to impress the head coach. That's what that means. So, like,
whoever is nicest to the head coach in the meeting, whoever.
Yeah. So
I can work with you, coach.
Yeah. For me, that narrative doesn't say who's the guy that we can nurture, who's the guy that can grow,
who's the guy I can work with.
Yeah.
Who's the guy I can work with?
My scheme. Who's the guy that I can
and who can take my personality, personality, because I'm not changing.
God damn it, Grant! I didn't want to do it.
I'm saying, like, look, the guys they've drafted high in the draft they're all very similar. Like Solomon Thomas, super nice guy. Mike McGlinchey, super mature.
Yeah. And
Nick Bosa grew up around the NFL just like Kyle.
If you want to take it a step further, maybe I think the culture shock with BA is that because he's quiet, maybe his demeanor got misplaced for being a docile kid.
He's not your typical first-round pick for this organization. He's more like a second-round pick in terms of, he went, and Kyle even say it, he'll be like, well, he went to community college. As if like, well, he's not quite as mature as the rest of us.
Yeah, he's not in the pipeline. He's not pampered.
He went to community college. Like, he's a late bloomer. All that kind of stuff.
What that really means, though, for people who haven't come up in any organization or anything in life, nobody does anything traditionally. And what that means is that he's got texture. He's a real kid, right? He's not spoiled. All right. So if he went to like if he went,
he hasn't been like singled out as a future millionaire pro athlete from the time he was 14. Like that didn't happen for Brandon.
He hasn't had his ass.
He had a bet on himself. He had a bet on himself. Yeah.
Yeah. And also with kids that bet on themselves, you got to work to coach them. They just not going to let you tell them anything. They're not going to let you touch the product. They're not going to let you.
Because a lot of coaches have led him astray or not believed in him. Yep.
So, and they know what good coaching is. So, that's, I mean, yeah.
Good call. So I think people don't ever talk about that. Like the Niners had their choice. They could have Mac. They could have, like, I think Kyle knows that he's a pretty abrasive personality and that only certain types of players like him and can play for him. And if you look at the personalities in the Niners locker room, they're all very similar. They're nothing like the personalities on the Harbaugh team, man. They're all guys who are pretty laid back and they seem like they will do what the coach says.
Yeah. I mean, just let's take it outside of the draft, right? Our quarterback woes are well documented, right? And I feel like we always tell the quarterback situation from one side of the story of Kyle missed on this guy or this guy, we missed on that guy in free agency. But free agency is recruitment. I mean, these guys are independent contractors. So it's like a job interview. They're looking at the organization as well. They're looking to be, convinced to come there as well. So not every quarterback that's at large is asking Kyle to come to the 49ers. There could be a possibility where some of these quarterbacks chose not to come to the 49ers, but they were professional enough not to make it public. Some of them probably sat down and said, no, I don't want to be here. I don't want to run this offense. We don't call audibles here. I don't get this type of ownership over the offense. This is all we do. No, I'm not. No, I don't want to be here. And it would behoove a lot of players to be smart. Why would you put that out there? No, I told Kyle Shanahan, no. Who wants that type of scrutiny? Nobody. Yeah. So I guess it always gets told that way that, oh, well, Kyle couldn't get this guy. This guy spurned that guy. It's like, they're not. These are grown men. Free agency is free agency. Right? So.
Yep. Yeah. Sorry about that. Michael says, can we just rank for, got you. Lobs All Day says, why do you think Kyle didn't want Brady? Didn't want to give up control of offense, in my opinion, and couldn't coach him the same way because Brady can call you out on BS. Well, the thing about Brady when he was younger is he used to let Belichick coach him like he was just a scrub, and that was part of their culture. I think it was kind of the culture that Brady created. I don't know that you can do that with Brady anymore. And also, when Brady went to Tampa, he got all the control over the offense that Peyton Manning used to have, and that's what he wanted. So, and that's what Kyle won't give up. So I'm with you on that, Lobs. Yeah. Lobs, why do you think the Patriots are going to be good this year, man? I'm like, in that division, they got the weakest quarterback, the weakest weapons. I mean, yeah, they got a great coach, great defense. Bill O'Brien will help. Juju
and they got to see Aaron Rodgers now. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Like, why? I respect you, man. I'd love to know what you see because I don't see that at all.